Aloha everybody, this is Dave Wallace coming to you from Waiawa, Hawaii, and today is Mega Million numbers. And right now the Mega Million lottery, the annuity, the 30-year annuity is at 510 million, and the cash value is 377.4 million. So good chunk of change here. What you're looking at is the field of numbers, and I'm showing you this mainly to show you the different forms that I use to help me decide what numbers to play. Okay, so these are the numbers 1 through 70, and let me explain a little bit about this. First of all, the 70 numbers that create this field, I decided to group them in 5 different categories, okay? And this has to do with number size. So if you divide 70 by 5, you get 14. And so the numbers 1 through 14, right here, are tiny, okay? I consider them tiny numbers. The next set of 14 numbers, going from 15 through 28 up to 29, these are small numbers. And then you have the medium numbers, large numbers, and then extra large numbers. So there's 14 numbers to each section, okay? And that's one way that I divide it. The second way that I group the numbers are by frequency, how often they repeated. And right now, this number field, you're looking at the result of over 125 draws of this particular lottery. Okay, so all of these numbers have been part of, or should have been part of, the 125 draws. However, some of them will appear more often, and some will not appear as much. For example, number 1, out of the 125 draws, it appeared only 4 times. And on the opposite end, you have numbers like 44 and 53. They appeared 15 times. Okay, so these are this is the main difference between hot numbers, numbers that repeated a lot, and ice cold numbers. Okay, so I have 5 categories for that. I have hot, warm, cool, cold, and ice cold. Okay, so, and that's what the numbers and the letters below each one of these numbers represent. Okay, so it's just a way of categorizing the numbers and grouping them, not only by size but frequency. Another set of numbers that I use, another chart that I use, is a way of tracking the mega ball, or the gold mega ball. And the number that hit the most is number 22. In fact, 22 often appears in clusters close to each other, and that's what we found about the 22. Okay, and certain numbers appearing more often than others. There's a program that I run called Lotto Pro, and I like to follow some of their recommendations. And right now, the Lotto Pro is suggesting that we play 19 and 25. And when I look for a reason to play them, just look at their past history. The numbers 25 and 19 has been showing up quite frequently in the last several draws. So this is a good suggestion, and I'll play it. Okay, so this is another form, another consideration. Okay, Now, this is a draw record, and these are the records of all of the draws. And I play the most important ones for me is the last 20 draws. So I have it divided uh, in groups of fours. So this is Group A, the last 1 through 4 games. Group B is game 5 through 8, and keep on going up. The further we go up here, the older the numbers. Okay, and as you can see, I'll use the second set where I haven't marked out. Um, each of the number sets are uh, kept in the order from small to large, and to the right of the numbers are the letters marking their frequency, like warm, hot, hot, cool, cool, and this represents the frequency of the numbers 29, 53, 56, 59, and 67. So, um, yeah, pretty good numbers that we're repeating quite frequently. Okay, and then when you take a look at this one right here, MLLXX, this is talking about the number size. So medium, large, large, and extra large, extra large. So 29 is a medium number, 53 and 56 are large numbers, and 56 and 67 are extra large numbers. So that's what these letters mean. And all of these numbers have been categorized all the way back, and I use this to help me develop my number profiles. Okay, now some of the things that you notice is that I use different color pens. Like the greens is the first color that I use, and check how far some of these green numbers go, all the way up, all the way through the 20 games. Okay, so, and then pink is the next set of numbers I use, colors I use, and see how pink goes all the way up too. And then orange, then yellow. Okay, and for today's draw, by the time I reached here, all of the numbers in this had been marked in different colors. So it shows that the numbers were well used. The numbers that are circled are numbers that were not part of the number grid when I was looking at it. It was not part of the 20 games, so they're circled, and this brings to my attention because there's a bunch of them. And so when you're designing the number profiles, you need to have that these types of numbers that were not part of the number grouping that you created, you need to have those in consideration. Okay, anyway, now going to the final page, and this is the one that I normally show you folks. And again, this is another way representation of this sheet. Okay, and because there's a lot of numbers that repeated, there's not much numbers to show. So this is just a different way of looking at the number sets. Okay, and the higher you go up here, the more frequently the number appeared. Like 53 and 68 are numbers that appeared 4 times, at least 4 times in the last 20 games. Okay, and interesting, 7 and 19 also appeared 4 or more times in the last 20 games. So these are pretty good numbers to play. Okay, and then as you go down, you have 3 numbers that appeared 3 times over the last 20 games. Now, when you move over this slot and stuff, it's no longer numbers that appeared in 20 games. These are numbers that appeared in 16 games, okay, and then 12 games, and then 8 games, okay. So that's a way to interpret uh, this number set, these field of numbers that I have written up here. The numbers that are on the bottom line over here are the numbers that were circled, and they were circled on the previous sheet. And these are numbers that only showed up once in the last 20 draws. Okay. Now, here's the number profiles. And the number profiles, they need to be 8 hot numbers, 6 warm numbers, 3 cool numbers, 2 cold numbers, 1 icy, and then 2 tiny, 4 small, 3 medium, 5 large, and 6 extra large. I know some of you are scratching your head and wondering where I get these. Well, I got these from my last previous 4 draws. Okay, that's why I keep track of them. All right, and so here's the number sets and the creation. The last thing that I have here is something new that I'm trying out for the first time, and this is the spacing that exists between numbers. And so these are kind of like the difference between the first and second numbers, second and third, etc. and stuff. These are not written in stone, but it's kind of like offers a guideline. um, and I kind of like just testing it out to see how it works this time. Okay, now finally we arrive at today's number sets for tomorrow. And this is what some of you have been waiting for. Let's start off with the first set. The first set is 7, 17, 30, 52, 64, 19 is the Powerball, the Mega Ball, sorry. Then we have 10, 16, 45, 49, 60, and 25 as the Mega Ball. Next set is 22, 41, 46, 57, 68, and 22. The final set is 21, 37, 44, 56, 62, and the Mega Ball is 2. So I just wanted to share this methodology to show you that some of the things that different ways of looking at the numbers and trying to make sense of what's the best numbers to play, and hopefully this will work out. The 2 number sets that draw my attention immediately are these 2, this one right here and this one right here. So for some reason these 2 number sets are kind of like very attractive to me. Okay, so you can play the numbers as they are, or you can mix them up. Now, the last time that the numbers drew, you had 20, 43, 51, 55, and 56. And the numbers right before that, so from it was 8, 24, 58, 68, and 69. And as I look at the numbers, that would kind of like point me more to these first 2 sets. We've had large numbers coming out, and we may be coming back into smaller numbers, and or if the trend continues and we have 2 other number sets over here, if the number sets continues, then it would be good to have this. So it's good to have 2 different varieties taking advantage of the lower numbers and the higher numbers in play. So hopefully this works out for us, and we start off the year really well. And $500 million is not too shabby, yeah. It's pretty dang good. Anyway, good luck, folks, and I'll catch you folks tomorrow during feedback. And aloha.